Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's story is all about dorm life drama, unspoken rules, and a little bit of petty revenge. Get ready because you won't believe how this situation unfolds. So, picture this. I lived in a college dorm, specifically on an all-female floor. Pretty standard stuff, right? Now, I'm generally pretty modest, and if I'm leaving the building, I always wear a bra. But when I'm just going down the hall to the bathroom or the water fountain, not always. One day I stepped out of my room, walked about 10 yards down the hall to the water fountain, filled up my water bottle, and headed back. I was wearing a white tank top, no bra. The tank top was fitted, but not see-through, so you could maybe see a slight outline. There were a few people hanging out in the hallway, chatting outside of their rooms, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Then, about half an hour later, I got a knock on my door. It was one of the girls I'd seen in the hall. She was really apologetic, saying something like, "Hey, I'm so sorry to ask this, but could you please wear a bra next time you're in the hall? My boyfriend's out there, and he was, well, staring a little bit." Now, I'm not the confrontational type, so I just said, "Yeah, sure, sorry about that." And for the rest of that night, anytime I left my room, I made sure to put on a bra or a sweater. And honestly, I thought that was the end of it. But I was wrong. The next day, my roommate told me she'd overheard the girl talking to her friends in the bathroom. Apparently, she was making it sound like I'd been deliberately trying to seduce her boyfriend. She was saying I was wearing next to nothing, taking my sweet time at the water fountain, and even posing to, well, you get the idea. My roommate said that after they left the bathroom, the girl had actually acted out the whole scene at the water fountain, pretending to be me. Later that night, I passed the girl and some of her friends on my way to brush my teeth. I wasn't wearing a bra. I was already in my pajamas. The girl looked down at my chest and they all started giggling. That was pretty humiliating. But the final straw was when we all got an email from the resident advisor the next day. The email mentioned some anonymous complaints about people dressing inappropriately in the hallways and asking everyone to be mindful and cover up. That's when I decided it was time for a little bit of revenge. I knew that the girl's boyfriend didn't actually go to our school. We'd been in the same orientation group, and I remembered her mentioning him. I also knew that, because of the pandemic, we weren't allowed to have non-student guests in the dorms this year. So, I used the same anonymous complaint form to report someone bringing their off-campus boyfriend into the dorm and, on top of that, not wearing a mask. Masks were mandatory in the hallways, even though the rule wasn't really being enforced. The next morning, the RA sent out another email saying that due to the anonymous complaints, they would start enforcing the no guest rule by checking the IDs of any unfamiliar guests. Honestly, this girl should be thanking me. She was so worried about her boyfriend seeing the outline of my nipples. Well, now she doesn't have to worry about that. So, what do you think? Was my petty revenge justified? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this one.